They're shouting, move, move, move. The horses are here. The horses have deployed. There's now a barrier of horses between the protesters and the march. The horses are withdrawing. The horses are going away.
Everybody roll your cameras. We want to give you a reminder that this is public property.
That's him.
That's him. I see Officer McDuff, who had me arrested last time I was doing journalism from here. Let's hope it doesn't happen a second time. Have a couple of pro-Hamas protesters just sitting down. Looks like the police are going to move them. I'll have more reports later today.
Want to come over here? Okay, that's the first arrest, it looks like.
All right, everybody. We're going to go for a beautiful stroll.
I understand that the police intend to keep the pro-Hamas supporters at least 100, perhaps 150 feet away from the route of the march. It appears they're effecting that. The police are behind me. I'm just going to get out of the way. If I had to guess how this is going to resolve, they're going to push them back 100 feet. Now, I don't know if you can see it. Do you see that structure over there? That's actually a Holocaust memorial here in Toronto. Wouldn't surprise me if some of these pro-Hamas types do some vandalism while they're here. Like I said, it's a very Jewish neighborhood. They are being shooed away. The horses in the end were not necessary. Maybe they were just a dramatic effect. The pro-terrorist supporters are indeed retreating. You can see the bike police. There's a lot of police here. Because here comes the march. They're being shooed away as the march arrives. And the horses are pushing them away from the road. The horses are deploying over there. Very interesting. A very different approach to policing than what we've seen over the last 3 years, where the Hamas and pro-Iran activists have been treated with concierge service. There's Officer McDuff right there, who had me arrested when I was doing journalism a year ago. I'm actually suing him and the Toronto Police Force for false arrest. It looks like they're not arresting the Jews today. I don't know if they're arresting any of the Hamas supporters, but they're moving them away, which I think is good policing. I'm going to get back on the sidewalk and walk further that way. You have one clown remaining over here. Well, we're on the sidewalk ourselves. Very intense, very different kind of policing than that what we've seen. You can see that the front of the Walk with Israel march is now this far north on Bathurst. There's police vehicles, there's ambulances.
On the other side, looks like it's the vehicle lane.
Here's McDuff. Which one? Where is he?
Right there.
Right. Right, yeah. Here comes more police to assist. Hi there. There's a small group of, there's a Jewish cult called the Naturai Karta who don't believe in the state of Israel. They're an extreme minority, much less than 1% of the Jews. But because they're against Israel and they're very poor, Iran pays them to attend protests to confuse. Why would Jews support Palestine?
Here we go. The baby killing parade is here. Woo! You guys love it.
What's your name?
On my face.
What's your name?
What's your name?
I'm Ezra Levant. Why are you afraid to identify yourself? Are you ashamed of what you're doing?
No, I'm right here. You can do like a Google face search. Here you go.
You're ashamed of yourself. You won't even say your name.
I don't have to say my name to you. Who are you, a cop?
No, I'm a journalist.
No, you're not. With what? You guys don't have any accreditation.
Are you a Canadian or are you a foreigner?
What are you?
I'm a Canadian, 4th generation.
Well, good for you.
If you're not a Canadian,
Baby killers! The baby killer parade is on full force here.
where are you from originally? Where are you from originally? You're a bit of a coward. You talk so tough when you're shouting at women and children, but you won't even say your name to me. You're a bit of a coward.
I don't have to tell you anything.
I know you're a coward.
Yeah, how about that?
You're shouting swears at women and children.
I didn't swear yet.
You've been swearing constantly.
I didn't swear once.
And you won't even say your name. I think you're ashamed of
I
who
don't
you
have to
are.
tell you my name.
You're ashamed. You're a coward.
You're a baby killer. How about that?
I'm not a baby killer, but you
Well,
are a coward.
You support killing babies. So that's what a baby killer is.
See you later, coward. He's not even Muslim, it sounds like. I think he's sort of cosplaying as a Palestinian activist. Apparently he's well known. Like I say, that's the Holocaust memorial, if I'm not mistaken. So it's sort of a weird place for the anti-Semites to gather.